This bonus episode is brought to you by Nurtec ODT Rimegepant, 75 milligrams, orally disintegrating tablets. Hi. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're pulling back the curtain to reveal women overlooked in their own lifetimes or in our historical accounts of the eras in which they lived. We're talking about the activists, thinkers, leaders, artists, and innovators history has forgotten. Today, we're talking about a woman who was determined to see that the poorest Americans wouldn't go hungry. She was the first director of a federal food stamps program that still feeds more than 38 million Americans today. Please welcome Isabelle Kelley. Isabelle was born in Connecticut on July 27, 1917. When it was time for Isabelle to go to college, she was torn between physics and economics. A counselor enrolled her in advanced physics and basic economics. She was the only freshman in her advanced physics class, surrounded by juniors and seniors. She was also the only woman. She later described this experience as the only time in my life I was conscious of being a girl. Isabelle went on to graduate from the University of Connecticut with a degree in agricultural economics, the first woman to do so. After that, she got a master's in economics from Iowa State University. By the time Isabelle became a professional economist in 1940, it was a crucial time for the country. As the Second World War waged on, the government was sending food to troops overseas and rationing the rest stateside. Isabelle was hired by the Department of Agriculture to develop ration requirements. Another one of her early projects was the Penny Milk Program, which provided a half pint of milk to school children for just a penny. It was one of the first federally organized programs to address school nutrition. As the war came to an end, there was growing concern about childhood hunger. Many American men claimed they had been rejected from serving in the military during World War II because of nutrition deficiencies. So in 1946, Isabelle attended a debate in the House of Representatives over the National School Lunch Act. It was a new program that would offer free and reduced school lunches, ensuring that children received at least one nutritious meal a day. At the debate, Representative Powell, a congressman from Harlem, fought for an amendment that would deny funding to schools that practiced discrimination in their lunch program. In other words, if they refused to serve Black students, they'd lose their funding. The amendment passed, and President Harry Truman signed the act into law that June. Watching this, Isabelle saw the power and impact her job had on the children who needed help the most. The day after President John F. Kennedy's inauguration, he signed his first executive order. It expanded existing food distribution programs for needy families. With it, Isabelle's job quickly expanded too. She was named to a 4-person task force to design and implement a food stamp program. In May of 1961, Mr. and Mrs. Alderson Munsey of West Virginia used the first ever food stamps to buy a can of pork and beans to help feed their 15-person family. By 1964, 380,000 participants across 22 states were using food stamps. That same year, the Food Stamp Program Act was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson. He called it a realistic and responsible step toward the fuller and wiser use of our agricultural abundance. At a time when very few women rose through government ranks, Isabelle became the first director of the Food Stamps Division. She was the first woman to lead a division and a national program for the USDA. Within 5 years of taking the helm, Isabelle oversaw a program that served millions of Americans and operated on a budget of hundreds of millions of dollars. In 1973, after 33 years of work in public service, Isabelle retired. Her career spanned 6 presidential administrations. She became a lecturer at Georgetown University and spent long hours at the country club golfing. She still consulted with the federal government, helping ensure continued funding for the food program, now known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. Isabelle passed away in 1997. She was 80 years old. In 2011, she was inducted into the USDA Hall of Heroes. Though often subject to national debates, the The programs Isabelle fostered are still in place today and help feed more than 38 million Americans. All month, we're talking about women behind the curtain. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
If you're prescribed Nurtec ODT, rimegepant 75 milligrams for migraine attacks, does the fear of running out of medication stop you from treating every migraine attack? If so, ask about 2 8-packs per month. That's 16 tablets, and most insurance plans cover it.
Nurtec ODT is approved for the acute treatment of migraine attacks and preventive treatment of episodic migraine in adults. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT or any of its ingredients. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using and include trouble breathing, rash, and swelling of the face, mouth, tongue, or throat. Most common side effects were nausea and indigestion stomach pain. A maximum dose of 75 milligrams can be taken daily to treat migraine attacks or every other day to prevent them. The safety of using more than 18 doses of Nurtec ODT in a 30-day period has not been established. For full prescribing information, call 1-8334-NURTEC or visit Nurtec.com.
Double the packs to treat more migraine attacks. Ask your doctor if 2 8-packs of Nurtec ODT is right for you.